and talk about what's going on. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to go ahead and talk about what happened in the events of YouTube team addressing concerns on Twitter during a panel at VidCon 2018, rendering speechless from the tweet by H3 Productions. Now, you see right here, let me see if I can find it, because I think I had the link. This is what happened. YouTube monetization. Now, a lot of people were kind of shocked because we left the room at 2013 now. Small creators talking about their POV in already better panel. Now, a lot of people are kind of surprised by the shock of the tweet that was made against H3H3. Let me see if I can find it. Because a lot of people are kind of surprised by this. Bam. And you can see right here that the YouTube community was kind of shocked. As you can see, the faces that were disturbed by the message that H3H3 Ethan Klein made. What happened was the subreddit was the last place that was untouched by YouTube's optimization. Now, YouTube can make your channel completely invisible even if your own subscribers stop wasting our time. YouTube team, just erase the sub button and already show us what you want us to watch. Okay. I guess we kind of see that. Now, a lot of people are kind of surprised by this because this is something that needs to be addressed to YouTube because they've been doing this for years, demonetizing controversial opinions. Now, there's a lot of things that have been talked about this before, and I don't know what to say about it, but it seems that some people are pretty surprised by the situation with YouTube, especially me. I think most people are kind of surprised by it, but as far as I know, YouTube has been for years, doing this, and a lot of people are kind of surprised by the so-called issue. I would say that YouTube has been having issues, especially when people were trying to address that concern to VidCon. And what happened at VidCon was kind of awkward because they kind of introduced a new YouTube, like small YouTubers, and there was also another thing that popped up, TianaCon. Funny thing was, TianaCon was supposed to compete against VidCon, and then suddenly it got shut down instantly. And the thing was, it's sort of funny. With Instagram looming, YouTube is trying to keep the creators happy. Yeah, so, because a lot of people got fed up with VidCon, especially their rules and everything, and how they treat people at VidCon. It sort of kind of turned into a mess. TianaCon, how the convention thrown is retaliation led to a mass chaos and cancellation. TianaCon had a traditional marketing first-year convention, a distinct lack of organization embedded and flowed through the event, but diehard YouTubers weren't too frustrated by their amateur vibe at first. At 10 a.m. Friday, when TianaCon ticket buyers were told by the management company good times, the official registration began. Parking lot behind the Anaheim Marriott Swerter Hotel already lined up with fans. Even though this is Polygon, I might as well. I'm not a big fan of Polygon. Shane Dawson, actress. Okay, so there were YouTubers that were meeting once they got inside the hotel lobby. Shane Dawson, actress Bella Thorne, and of course Tiana Monroe McGill. The convention hosts were some of the most popular creators and scheduled to appear. Southern California's sun was blistering with no shade anywhere in the parking lot. No one from the event organizers or hotel staff provided water. but none of them seemed to matter. People who had lined up since 6 a.m. were admitted feeling a little worn down by standing in line, and were excited that there was an alternative to VidCon, arguably the biggest convention in YouTube creators in the world. It's a better version of VidCon for sure, but the big Shane Dawson fan and Tiana Khan attended who didn't want to share their name told Polygon while waiting in line, well, I can say that for sure. I'm not inside yet, but the idea was better for sure. Just the amount of access we were going to get, but the price wise, a community badge ticket for VidCon was $150. I got 2 VIP tickets from TianaCon for less than that. The money was money to spare for merchandise. The fan added that that what VidCon did was Tiana was just so wrong, alluding to the series of events led to TianaCon's creators in the first place. Everything seemed fine, but a few hours TianaCon would devolve into a chaotic madness and left the attendees and critics and Twitter calling it the next Fry Festival in DashCon. Yeah, because a lot of people were kind of upset how VidCon was, and the attempt to make a TianaCon happen. Yeah, and you can tell right here, this turned into like a big mess, and it's sort of sad but true. And this was the inside of the chaos. And let's see the video right now. Yeah, people are leaving because they got ripped off. Even the security was leaving. Yeah, so it's sort of sad because selling t-shirts and jacket setters for $100 to $300. Wow, really? The chairs lined up for few rows dictating the screen. Just behind the rooms were merchandise tables selling t-shirts, jackets, and sweaters for what the fuck, $300. People were walking around the wow, this is kind of weird. DashCon disaster. 19-year-old in their first convention, 2 months, and did it with everything good as we could. We could get for 5,000 people. Marone tweeted, not 20,000. So we are making a safer for any capacity. Let's see what happens here.
This is the meet and greet check-in line. This is crazy.
There too.
What? So you end up right here, but you start way back here. I am lost for words. TianaCon, get your bread.
You start like even farther down there.
I didn't even see that. You start. Man.
You know how many people are going to be here? They know how many tickets they sold. They tweeted that there was 20,000 people outside, and the capacity is like 2,000.
Yeah, and you can tell that this is a long-ass line.
Don't know if they canceled the panels too. Oh shit, she's gonna break glass. Yeah. How long did you guys wait? We waited for 3 hours.
Oh, we've been here for like...
Oh wow, oh wow, oh wow.
Oh,
Yes, getting this into
My God.
Sickness and in health, to love and to cherish until death do you part.
for TanaCon or for VidCon, you know.
Yeah, so they had an intermarriage, so it was sort of weird. Yeah, I'm sorry that my computer isn't that strong enough. I'm gonna have to lower the settings here.
I do. I do.
She fucking does.
Skip it. Well, it turned into a really big disaster. Even though there were some funny moments, it's just sad that this happened. A lot of people are surprised that Tiana Khan failed. This should goes to show you, you know, she should have went with an expert that knew what they were doing with Tiana Khan. She should have hired somebody that had experience in running conventions and try to talk to them and see what they could do to help. Because a lot of people were not happy with what happened at Tiana Khan. Because the heat exhaustion and everything was killing people. Left and right, no joke. People weren't happy about that. So, I guess I better go ahead and do another topic here. This is going to be weird. Now, here's another case, Bethesda versus Behavior Interactive and Warner Brothers. You may remember that. You may have heard about that. Lawsuit over the fact that their game Fallout Shelter versus Warner Brothers. Let's see, what was their game that they were doing? Oh yeah, Westworld. They were doing a Westworld, similar game to Westworld. Fallout Shelter was first, and then of course they find out that they were doing a game similar to Fallout Shelter, and they had to, the code wasn't original, everything in the game wasn't original, so they had to basically sue them due to the fact that Westworld game on the app kind of was a legit copy of the version that they had of the code that they made for the game, because Warner Brothers made their own version of Westworld similar to Fallout Shelter, and it sort of did. As you can see right here, this is really serious. They're suing them because of that, because it's a similar code, because they did Westworld mobile game. Let's just say they're suing them over copyright of the game itself, because they copied the game and copied the code and used it to make the game, and it's causing a big fuss, and a lot of people are not happy, and I know Warner Brothers is not happy with this. Same with Bethesda, because right now Bethesda is suing them. And Warner Brothers is fucked, man. Sorry if I can't really explain very well. I'm not very good at explaining. So I'm just going to go ahead and do something here. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I remember this. This was, what happened was, there was a fan that was like, probably the same way it explained the images of traditionalists. You suppress the sexual, body-positive women supposed to have been dealing with back in the 70s. Where do you gain access to Twitter's grandpa? Now, here, is this where I should say, I know men that are muscular, but I use the exception to make the rule. The image is not made by a woman for consumption of women. It does further concept that men exist and consumed by women. There is not an equivalence between the two. Now, the person that pointed this out to them about this pointed out that the author that wrote Full Metal Alchemist is a woman. And why feminists have created the concept of internalized patriarchy to dismiss the opinion of women they don't agree with. Careful, you are denying womanhood to the women who also are part of the Asian minority according to your ideology. Is this mansplaining? Wow. That's funny. Now, let me see if there's another thing that showed up. And that's another... Now, there's also a reboot of Daria and Jody. Yeah, I remembered this show when I went back around the 2000s, 1997 through the 2000s. It was a good show, but they had to cancel it. And also, okay, cool, Double Dare revival. Yeah, Mark Summers is coming to Double Dare. Let me see if Mark Summers is hosting the show. Because I used to remember Double Dare when I was a kid. And I used to remember Mark Summers was the guy who... Double Dare's Nickelodeon's longest running TV shows airing 1996 to 1993 with Mark Summers with the host duration including Super Sloppy Double Dare in 1988 and Family Double Dare where Jason Harris hosted the short-lived reboot and Double Dare 2000. Nickelodeon has not yet announced the host of the latest version of the series. I wish Mark Summers would come back, but he suffers from a really bad disorder, and I understand that he doesn't want to come back to the show. He's more happy with the food on the Food Network, doing that one show that he does love. And oh boy, I do love Mark Summers. He's always the most charismatic character out of all of them. And there were pictures of him the other day on social media, and I was like wondering, why are you coming back to this? I was like, oh, so you're coming back to that show. Okay, cool. I want you back. Now, let's see here. Let me see about Ryan Johnson's response. Please, 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 please. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize there's a guy that's saying remake The Last Jedi. Our team of producers is offering to cover the budget for the remake of The Last Jedi in order to save Star Wars. Share this and spread this to the world. Robert Leaker and Disney knows this. Does want you to know this. This isn't a joke. We're ready to have a conversation now. And of course Ryan Johnson is like being a douche about it, just making fun of it. I understand that Ryan Johnson, of all people, pissed off a lot of people with Star Wars. And to the point that, you know, he did a good job doing that. And already he is pissing off a lot of people. And let's face it, he's not doing a good job with Star Wars. Now that's the next thing I'm going to go ahead and let me see. What other topics can I get? Jesus Christ. Man, I hate this. Now, for those who don't know, Joey Segal committed suicide. And this is no joke. She actually did. I kind of feel bad. I heard what happened. Now, this is what happened. She basically killed herself by setting herself on fire. She had struggled a lot over the years with her mental health issues and everything, and she couldn't even make any money off of what she does with her life. Now, you need to understand that she was... Witness managed to douse the flames and called the paramedics in the scene. Now, for those who don't know, she was a game developer, and what happened was some people kind of were upset with her when someone leaked information about her game. She wanted to make a game, but it turned out she wanted to use that money for her transgender thing, and a lot of people were like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And they called her out, and the internet hate mob attacked her. Now, I'm going to say this right now, and I'm going to be brutally honest. She had a lot of problems. She had a history of mental disorders, and no one wanted to hate her. No one wanted to you know, attack her or anything like that. But she was a ticking time bomb, and even I felt bad for her because there was a lot of things that were going on with her mentally. I remembered one time on Twitter, she would say a lot of things like, because I remembered we had to report her on Twitter because she was saying some disturbing stuff. And I remember she basically said that she wanted to kill herself, and she was saying things that were so cryptically crazy that she said that she wanted to kill herself. And a lot of people, you know, I didn't bother her. I didn't do anything to her. I just reported her because she was she said some things that were so disturbing that it kind of was obvious that Twitter, you know, tried to help her. And a lot of people tried to do the right thing by telling, hey, she needs to get help. I was one of the people that said she needed help. And then her girlfriend showed up and then tried to yell at us for that. Like, no joke, yelled at us, blaming us. I only reported her because she said some disturbing shit. And yet people got upset with me, and her girlfriend got upset with us for doing that. Because this woman was a ticking time bomb. She was waiting to kill herself. She even said that she would kill herself if she basically was because she would do this to further the cause. She would kill herself for the further the cause. And even her friends felt they were held hostage by her if she would kill herself. It was so sad. I felt bad for her because she was struggling with her life. You know, she wanted to make a video game, and then suddenly all hell broke loose when someone reported on her about her transgender, you know, operation. Now, do I want to say that this is sort of a problem? I would say yes. Because I would say that, you know, this was a big struggle for her as a human being, because this was something that a lot of people have pointed out. Yeah, because according to her friends, the attacks left Segal distraught and kept her from working, slowly away from her mental stability. One factor made much harder for her to get help was whenever she talked about suicide, one friend told her Kiwi Farms members would report her Facebook page to get her locked down, that this would happen multiple times a month prior to her death. She just days before her demise, police detained Segal after receiving reports she intended to harm herself, according to Segal. Yeah, this is the truth. She has threatened to kill herself before, and people were afraid. She says whenever she announces that she's going to kill herself on social media, people would report her because she would do this. She would threaten to kill herself, and people worried about her life. Like, no joke, people would report her name because she was threatening to kill herself. And this is the truth right there, what they were writing. Because this is and this is something that happened to her. Now, it's sort of sad too, because this is something that a lot of people are saddened by this, because yeah. and I feel bad for her, because what she did was very selfish and very cruel, because she had good friends. She had people that really cared about her, and it's sad that she had to kill herself for this. Suicide in a political protest against online bullying, which is stupid. And I feel bad for her, because this is the type of thing that Zoe would do. She would kill herself over this. Yes, she would do this. And she did this because she wanted to kill herself over the fact that she wanted to protest her ideas. And this was the dumbest thing to do. I kind of wondered why. And it's sad that she did this, which is true. She did this for a selfish reason. She burnt herself, setting herself on fire, and killed herself. No joke. This is what she did. She set herself on fire. Her friends loved her. And they don't want to admit the fact that she was holding them hostage by threatening to kill herself, because she was a ticking time bomb waiting to happen. For years, she had been threatening to kill herself, and now she did it. Now she finally done it and killed herself, saying that she would kill herself to further the cause of online bullying, to further the cause of all this stuff. And a lot of people right now are not happy. We never did anything to her. I reported her for trying to threaten to kill herself. No joke, she has done this. I would rather report her for trying to kill herself, because she has attempted to do this many times. Not just once, several times. And that's what pissed me off. Her friends getting upset with us for reporting this, because she needed help. She seriously needed help. And yet people want to talk about the fact that, oh, what I did was wrong. What I did was the right thing. What I felt was the right thing to do. To report her to the authorities, because she was literally trying to claim that she was trying to kill herself on social media. And this is the sad part about it, is that Chol was stupid enough to do it. No joke. I'm not trying to hate on her, but it's the truth. That is my truth. You can take it or leave it. But she had deliberately threatened to kill herself on social media before, and this was the sad part. I don't hold it against anyone or anybody, but I did what I felt was the right thing to do and reported her for trying to kill herself. I didn't harass her. I reported her to the fact that she threatened to kill herself seriously. People could disagree with me on this, but I try to do what was right. Because I didn't bully her online. I didn't do anything online. She was seriously disturbed. And yet people want to argue that what I did was wrong. Fuck you. She had a history of saying that she wanted to kill herself. Even on social media. Even to her own friends. It disturbed a lot of people. She was a ticking time bomb. You want to talk about the fact that some people were bullying her online. No. She wanted to kill herself because she wanted that attention. She wanted that sympathy, because no one cared about her. And the sad part is that she wanted to kill herself. She has a history of doing this. She doesn't give a shit about friends or anything like that. She wanted to kill herself because she wanted to protest the issue about online bullying which was selfish. And a lot of people don't understand that to the point that most people need to know. It was what happened. It's not your fault that she did this. She wanted to do this. She wanted to further the goal of the cause of protesting against online bullying. That's what happened. Nothing more, nothing less. It was never anyone's fault. She was selfishly trying to kill herself because of that. She was always mentally deranged and crazy. She had a problem. She did this on her own validity. So that's what I'm saying, guys. You can disagree with me, take it or leave it. I hate to say this, but this was the truth. She would rather kill herself. And yet people want to talk about the fact that she was literally trying to kill herself. This is the truth. She was literally trying to kill herself. And it's like, I kind of felt bad for this chick. Choi Segal was a talented person. She made an interesting game, but the sad part is it didn't happen for her. She had problems. She had mental issues and she couldn't deal with it. That's my truth to that whole thing. Anyways, that's it. I'm done with this because I don't like doing these type of reports because it's sort of sad that this happened. Now, the next topic I'm going to go ahead and talk about is that Japanese Games made a game that's coming out. Player's Choice. Kickstarter is launching Tuesday, June 26th. In addition to your favorite card sleeves, Kickstarter will have a new artwork featuring up-and-coming Kamaji battles. This is a Kickstarter worth pursuing. Now, hey, it was just brought up to our attention. There are a lot of antagonizing towards people and voicing concerns and opinions of our artwork. We would like to say, first and foremost, that we do not condone this behavior. While we as a company do not agree with people having issues with the artwork of our games, we also are not okay with vilifying and shaming others for not being into it. Truthfully, we understand that people are degrading something you are into. It's reactionary behavior and antagonizing back. Comments as, "Hey dude, guess it ain't your jam." Totally okay. Outrageous negative is how you would react, and would ask that our fans do not do it either. Now at all being said, Japanime Games, Player's Choice, are a company of inclusive, sex-positive, anime-loving fans. We do not condone the mistreatment of women at all, but we do not condone violence. We do not love cheesecake pinup style, art style, but while we realize there's some people find such an art offensive and harmful towards women, we do not agree with that stance. We're stepping down off the soapbox now. We hope that our fans are appreciative to where we're coming from the statement. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, the different strokes of different folks comes to mind in reaction to the mixed reception of announcements. You don't have to like it, but I think it's unfair to accuse the company of ruining your hobby in space releasing a niche product. It's not just Japanese by itself. It's the trending perpetuating women as objects is not limited to the board game. It harms our industry and harms women and harms the society. This is the child's view of understanding. You need to mature. Yeah, isn't it okay? It never really was. Perhaps you want to re-examine your art choice and relationship with women. No, it's perfectly fine. You don't have to buy it, nor do you have to support a free market. We'll speak not to people like you to believe the choice would be removed. Wow, this is okay, not cool. Wow, look, another person's upset over nothing. Yeah, this is Nurgle that was saying, this is offensive at best, but please make a person look like a person. Give her some clothes. People that would actually fight while wearing it. I cannot support a game that it represents women complaying unrealistic sex jobs. How do you examine this to your children? Feminism, you're purring hack. Okay, you don't get offended by my behalf. You must confess I hadn't heard you guys prior to today, the outrage and anger and Twitter mob. But you must have my attention. The art is gorgeous. Looking forward to more. Pay no attention to complaints. There are plenty of people out there willing to support awesome artwork and cool games. The artwork featured Kamiya Battle is really good too, but I'm lucky enough to get a preview copy of the game during Kickstarter. I can't wait for a real thing. Good to hear. My board gamer was being depressed, boring at present, but I will keep an eye on the game for sure. Believe it's available to everyone to see. Only girl might be fit your bill person. Okay. Actually, people like you are doing the actual harm. You kind of want to limit what others are allowed to buy and enjoy. Besides, you want to control. Too bad money speaks louder. Yeah, and I'm not going to, there's a lot of people that block me on Twitter that are going to probably, and this is the game that people are talking about. Kamiya Battle on Kickstarter. It's already on pre-order. I might buy it, but I wasn't able to back it. So let's look at the video and see what people are doing.
It was the age of gods and goddesses. Athena, the goddess of war, Zeus, the king of the gods, and his brothers Poseidon and Hades decided to divvy up the world among themselves to rule from Mount Olympus alone. Gods and many other pantheons were displeased. The Norse gods in particular were not willing to give up control of Midgard and the underworld without a fight. So began the War of the Gods. The Zodiac warriors and disciples of each faith were called upon to battle for control of the earth, sea, sky, and the underworld below. Kamigami Battles is an aggressive deck-building card game for 2 to 6 players. Individuals or teams can play gods recruiting warriors and disciples in their battle to control the world. In an individual match of player against player, Norse and Greek gods battle for control of the realm. Each god in play starts with a pool of 15 energy and will try to win by either depleting all of the other gods' energy to 0 and sealing them away, or by gaining 25 energy and becoming the most powerful god of all. In a team match of 4 to 6 players, teams form an alliance with a main god that has 20 energy and support gods with 10 energy each. Teams can only win by killing the main god from the other team. In both individual and team mode, players will use the Faith of Priestesses from their starting deck to recruit warriors to their cause from the public area. Warriors have special skills that players can use to attack gods, gain energy, heal, and more. Sacred Guardians and certain warriors allow players to ward off attacks and spells during the game. Warriors can execute coordinated attacks and spells by being chained together. Each warrior card has a larger color symbol in the top left corner, which indicates the color of the warrior. 2 smaller color symbols to the side indicate the chaining colors. If a warrior's color matches the previous warrior's chaining colors, the warriors form a chain and can be played sequentially. These chains can continue for as many warriors as your hand allows. We need your help to re-release this much-loved deck-building card game, as well as upgrade some of the existing art and add new gods, temples, expansions, warriors, game mechanics, and more.
Okay. So, it doesn't seem like a bad game. It seems like a really interesting game. Yes, the art may look bad, but it does seem like a really interesting idea. I would probably buy a set, but for $300, god damn it. I would probably buy it, but unfortunately I don't have the money. I spent it all. I might wait until my birthday comes, if it comes, because it's coming this summer, but I'm not going to say when. But as far as I know, this is sort of funny. Wow, check out the Kickstarter. It's a lot awesome. I guess I could probably say that this is pretty good. Alright. I guess this is going to be a lot more interesting. Excuse me. I'm having gas and everything. I'm just trying to, you know, do things. It does seem like it's funny because a lot of people are arguing on Twitter over a game that's on Kickstarter. I don't blame the guys in Battle for High School. I know that they're just making board games and card games and such. Ooh, Robotech the card game. Oh, that's cool. I would probably buy it. I would probably buy a box of cards just to see how it is, just to collect them, because it does seem like a cool, interesting game. And I did see them before at a convention in whatchamacallit, in PAX South, because they were advertising their games over there. I thought it was pretty cool because there was a dude down there that was like dressing up as a maid, and he showed up there at the Japanese anime games thing, and it was sort of weird. I never really got interested in them, but it sort of looks cool though. I would play it, but I don't know. Alright, let's go ahead and do the next thing. What would be the next thing that will come to mind? Yeah, this was being censored on Reddit lately, even by Pink Bella on the Reddit subreddit of Kotaku in Action, because a lot of people were bringing up the scandal that was popped up about the Word of L. What happened was, let me see if I can remember, because let me look up L for a day, because I know his YouTube channel. He made a video about what happened to Amaranth, and I felt bad for Amaranth because she seems like a cool person on her streams, but there's a little bit of a secret that a lot of people are kind of upset about. I'm going to show you guys the video because this guy's making claims that Amaranth. This is the video.
So it turns out there are some things that we do not know about Amaranth yet, and those things will be brought to light. Well, that particular thing, not everything. There was a lot of things that I could have talked about, but I decided to focus on one specific thing in this video, and I'll get to that real soon. But for those of you who don't know who Amaranth is, she is a Twitch streamer, and I'll be sure to say streamer instead of Twitch thought because that's offensive, and I don't want this video to get copy strike. Hey, Alinity, I want this video to be seen. I don't want to get taken down because this video has important information in it. This video has information that has been hidden very well by Amaranth. She is apparently very good at hide and go seek, which I'm not surprised because she dresses up in costumes for a living. So it's only natural that she's good at these kind of things. But this particular thing is something that's amazingly difficult to keep a secret, but she's done it until today. Because today we're going to have a conversation about a person known as Nick Lee. And at this point in the video, Amaranth, if you are watching it, I'm guessing you paused it to try and explain some things, but don't you worry, you don't have to do that. I'll explain everything for you. That's why I'm here. So Nick Lee is a friend of Amaranth. He is a very close friend, I might say, and he is a former bodybuilder, which is how I found out about most of this stuff to begin with, because he has a post from years ago, I'm talking 3, 4, 5 years ago, where he's telling all his bodybuilding friends how he met this one random chick online who just happens to do cosplay, and he went on a date with her, and he shows a string of messages of him convincing her to go on this date where she's sending him pictures. And no, these aren't like pictures that shouldn't be shown. I wouldn't dare expose anyone like that. These are all PG pictures, just her in her normal costumes and cosplays, but they are important because they show you exactly who it is he's talking to. This is before she got the following she has now, but someone dug up deep and found these pictures, and they found out that you and him at some point went on a date, and that's okay, that's fine. A one-off thing, not a big deal. The big deal comes around when I found out that he is still a very big supporter of you, but you don't seem to mention him ever, which I found kind of strange. Like, why wouldn't you mention this long-term supporter that you happen to have went on a date with once before? What would be the problem here? Why wouldn't you tell people about this guy? Because you broadcast all of your other supporters and you show love to all of them with no problem. And that's when I found out that that wasn't just a one-off date that you guys had 3, 4, 5 years ago. That was the start of something long-term. That was the start of something far, far more serious than that. And it turns out, like Drake, you were hiding something. Because Nick Lee isn't just a supporter or a fan or a form of fling. He's your husband. You're married to Nick Lee. And I was confused. Why wouldn't you tell people that you're married? Because if I was one of these supporters that donated, what, $13,000 in 1 month? By the way, that's literally a year of rent for me. $13,000 in 1 month to you. I would think that since you share everything else with us, that you would tell me that you are married. And the problem isn't that you're married. And the problem isn't that you are keeping it a secret because you deserve that privacy. The problem is that you're lying about it to these people who give you tens and $13,000s of dollars a month. By the way, that is really, really good money. You tell these people that you are single on all of your streams.
She has a more active sex life than I do. I'm single.
I'm 23, I'm open to dating, don't have time for it though, really. And there's no one I really want to date right now.
It's one thing if you try to just never talk about your relationship status, but you actively tell people that you are single. And again, I ask, why? Why wouldn't you tell your supporters that you are in a relationship? Why would you lie to them that you were single? And it clicked in my head that, oh, it's because they are your supporters, and the reason they support you is because they believe that they have a chance to actually do something with you. So therefore, they give you this insane amount of money with high hopes of possibly maybe being your Nick Lee, but it turns out that there's zero chance for them to ever get that opportunity. You know, if you tell them that, they will leave. They will absolutely abandon you and stop supporting you. So that would be a huge revenue loss. So instead of just avoiding the conversation and instead of just avoiding the topic like most people would do, you decide you're just going to continue to tell them that you're single, lonely, and can't get a date to save your life. And I find that very, very, very misleading, very, very untrustworthy. And that's a horrible form of false advertisement. If I was one of the people donating to you, I would ask for a refund, possibly, because I feel like I've been paying for something that isn't what I was promised. And I wouldn't make these claims if there wasn't some form of proof or evidence, but there was so much evidence that I'm just going to put on the screen right now. You're not going to see my face for a while. So if you are trying to see me, tough luck, because there's about to be a flood of just pictures and pictures and pictures. By the way, none of these pictures come from any of Amaranth's social medias. You have to really dig and hunt and scratch and claw to find these things, because again, she likes to pretend to be single, so there's no way she could put these pictures up. And I feel like you owe these people an explanation, because you've been scamming their hearts pretty much, because I'm sure if they at least saw you wear a wedding ring in a stream once, they would have known, but you didn't do that. You hid that as well. And let's say that you two aren't officially married, even though Nick had his Facebook status set to married in December of 2016, I think it was. Let's just say he lied and you agree with it for some reason, and let's just say you two are actually just in a long-term relationship. Even still, why would you tell people you're single if you've been with them over 2 years now? Why would you still tell people that you are single? And why wouldn't you tell him to at least come out and tell people that he's a liar? Because I don't believe Nick is a liar. He seems like a very honest guy to me. So when he says that you two are married, I have no reason to just disbelieve anything he says. And there's so many pictures of you together, it's clear that you have at least a friendship or a bond of some sort years after you two went on that date. So I don't know how your White Knight fan base are going to feel about any of this, and I'm not sure if they're still going to White Knight for you. I'm sure some people still will, but I'm hoping at least the majority of them break free of that armor, drop the shield, and see what the rest of us see, and that is a lying, scamming, disgusting individual who only cares about getting money and not so much about being honest with their fan base and not so much about being truthful to the people who support them, which is a very shameful thing. And I never really looked at you in this holy light before, but I'm still going to look at you just a bit different than I used to look at you. And I'm assuming a lot of people will, because if you're lying about something that simple for money, then what else could you possibly have lied about just to increase your revenue? Who knows? Maybe I know, maybe that bird had more information, but we don't need to get into any of that. The point of this video is that you deserve this L. This is going to be a very, very strong L in your case. Hopefully you can debunk it, because again, I'm just a messenger. You don't get mad at me. I'm just delivering information that was given to me and forming my opinion on things that we do know. Since you don't like to share anything of value, at least you can be happy in the fact that I'm sharing this L with you, and everyone who's watching probably agrees. So if you agree that she deserves this L, be sure to leave a like on the video. Let me know down below how you feel about this whole disgusting thing. How would you feel if you gave someone $13,000 a month just to find out they've been lying to you the whole time? Who would have ever guessed that the cosplayer was wearing a mask this entire time, like some Scooby-Doo villain? If you're new, subscribe to join me and the winning few on our path to greatness. Until next time, it's been the Famous King, King of Fame, and I am...
People want real music, the jig is up. Your worst fears confirmed.
Yeah, so this is supposedly censored because by Pink Bella, because this is a controversial thing, and a lot of people are talking about this situation with Armaranth, who is a Twitch streamer. Now, a lot of people don't realize that these are claims made by the Word of L's YouTube channel, claiming that she basically lied to people about her supposed status as single. Now, you have to understand, this is something that a lot of people are disturbed by this, because this would cause a lot of problems. One, it would cause people to distrust female streamers. And I'm pointing this out because the reason why they're trying to cover this up, especially because they don't want to, you know, I understand that some people, they want to protect a lot of the women and everything, but when they do something this, especially lying to people, especially lying to the public, especially ruining the people who donate money to them and everything, it would cause a backlash. I understand why they're doing this, but it's better to let the truth come out, because this doesn't really hurt anybody or anything. It just tells them, look, I understand that the struggle that female streamers have, especially in the community, especially people donating money and everything. I don't hate Amaranth, you know, she's a really cool person. I don't hate her, but you know, it explains who she is and what and how she treats people. You know, I get that she's married, and this is a big surprise too, because she seems like a good person, but at the same time, you know, it's sad that she got called out for this, because, like I said, this would cause a distrust among female streamers, because this fakes... I understand that, you know, you don't always have to be, you know... Sure, you can have a relationship. Yes, you can. You can still get money. It's the same with, you know, like Leah... Like, most people don't realize Sniper Wolf is married to a guy. We all know that she's married. There's also Azalan. A lot of people really like her, and she's in a relationship. She's living with her boyfriend, who's a streamer too. And a lot of people don't realize that there's nothing wrong with that. I don't really hate Amaranth, but I understand that she wanted to keep this a secret because she doesn't want anyone to know that she's married. It's okay. It's okay, Amaranth. It's fine. You don't have to worry about it. You know, there's a lot of streamers that do have relationships and they still get donations because they talk to people. They know how to talk to people. They've been for years and they don't care if they are. But the sad part is, you know, lying to people isn't a good way to start. You just have to be honest with people. And the sad part is, you know, people think I'm lying and full of shit. And they try to expose it. Yeah, it's probably true. It's probably true. Some people think, there was a kid that accused me one time of stupid shit, thinking I was going to use this to get a Patreon. Like, I can't even, I can't trust Patreon. I don't want to use Patreon because it's sort of stupid. Now, the sad thing about this whole situation is that this would cause a distrust among female streamers in the community, because it sort of does hurt them because of this whole situation with Armaranth. A lot of people, because right now they're going so far as to remove the whole situation with the Word of L video, censoring it, and practically pointing out the question: is she married? Is she in a relationship with this guy? A lot of people are literally going crazy on Reddit. Even on Reddit, people are going crazy. Even going so far as to blocking this whole thing, pointing out this. And this is what Pink Bella said. The post is originated from a subreddit, unless you mention the reference to the audio directly from. It's from a YouTube. I posted this saying that her name is public knowledge. She has mentioned her name on Twitch info. What happened? A YouTuber known as King Fame, who has a YouTube channel called L of the Day, made a video claiming that Armaranth was married to a guy. We'll call him X. We won't dox his name, which has already been said in the video. King Fame showed pictures of the guy's social media, also the fact that Armaranth dated around 2015 and was married in 2016. According to the social media profile, claims she's married to her. It's a very much a scandal, because she mentioned to all her viewers in the past she doesn't have a boyfriend, and this would cause a backlash to Armaranth. It can also cause those that are female streamers to be untrustworthy in the community if it goes out to the public. And this is the truth. The reason why they're doing this, the reason why they're censoring this guy's video, they're going so far to censor this video because he reported on the fact that Armaranth is dating this guy, having a relationship with this guy, and are married, which is kind of weird. Which a lot of people on Reddit are freaking out about this, because I know this for a fact. This would cause, because the reason why they're protecting her, I know that some people really like her, but unfortunately, you know, the cat's out of the bag, and you're going to have to accept the fact that when things come out of the internet and people point out something about this on the internet, especially what's going on, it's going to cause a big ripple effect. Especially when you try to censor it, it's going to cause most people to start to question it more, especially on Reddit. And L of the Day kind of, you know, let that cat out of the bag, opened a can of worms, and Reddit is literally blocking this video from coming out, because their initial fear of this would cause a big backlash towards female streamers, because Armaranth happens to be one of the hugest following, largest streamers ever. I can show you Armaranth's following. I will show you. She has a big following. Let me show you guys something. She has 5,000. She has like 5,200 followers. No joke. she has a very big following. And this is not something you would say, but this is no joke. This is her public knowledge. This is the thing. Her name is Caitlyn. Even everyone, this is public knowledge. Even she said where she's 24, lives in Houston, Texas. This is all public knowledge. This is well-known knowledge. I don't hate her. I follow her. She's a very nice person. You know, I think her streams are very entertaining. I don't really give a shit about the booty streams. I kind of enjoyed her jokes. I always like to crack jokes about her, especially cracking jokes with her. But the sad part is, you know, if you want to, I recommend, if you want to see a girl that plays, that does live streams, I recommend you go to Chess Chaka. Tess Chaka is a really, you know, interesting streamer. She does a lot of really good streams. She plays a lot of games. She actually plays games, and she's a very nice person. If you want to, I recommend her because she's very nice. She's very open to conversation with everybody. But please be respectful towards her, and that's all I'm asking. If you want to, you could go to Tara Babcock. She's a boob streamer. Yeah, Tara Babcock, ladies and gentlemen. You can go to her too. Now the thing is, guys, I'm just telling you. If you want to, you can go to Stacey Roy. She's from Canada, by the way, and you could go watch her streams. Yeah, because all she does is cooking streams, and video game streams, and podcast streams. That's pretty much what she does. Now I kind of do feel bad for her when she dresses up as a hot dog. That's kind of why I don't get involved with this, with cooking with Stacey stuff. But that's who I recommend you guys should check out. Check out Tess Chaka. She's from Russia. She's from St. Petersburg, Russia. She told me on a live stream before. Nice person. And if you want to, you could check out Armaranth. Armaranth right now is doing a live stream right now. I don't really hate her. I don't really, you know, dislike her. She's a really cool person. Even if she's married, she's still a good person. She's still a cool person, and I don't really consider her a bad person. I know that she may have lied to people, but, you know, let's put it this way. Let's be honest here. Let's be honest here. Does she deserve to be hated? I don't know. Does she deserve to tell the truth that she's married? Maybe. Yeah, and people are literally saying, "Hi, I'm Nick Yee. Please donate to my wife." And people are really making fun of it. You are married. People are bringing this up. Cannot believe you lied to us. Yeah, and people are coming out of the whole woodwork, and she's like making us laugh about it. Now, a lot of people have been coming out of the woodwork, you know, just making fun of the whole joke. And yeah, and I'm not going to hate on her or put her down, because it's sort of why I'm just laughing at the whole thing. Because look, Amaranth, if you're watching this, no, I don't hate you. And no, I don't really think you're a bad person. Yes, what you did was kind of bad, and it looks bad on you. You know, regardless if you're married, heck, I know Azialan is in a relationship. She's living with her boyfriend. But as far as I know, that's you. You know, be entertaining, be funny, have fun, and enjoy yourself. That's all I'm going to say to people about Amaranth. And as far as I know, you know, yes, she probably is in a relationship. She probably is, you know, happy with that relationship. And I wish her the best. As far as I know, people donate to me for some reason because they know that I'm a very nice guy when I talk on her live streams, you know, making jokes and such, cracking jokes. Now, the thing is, I don't have a problem. Anyways, this is going to be, I'm going to have to go with the next topic here. I'm just going to go ahead and do another topic here and go with, let's see. Green stream appeared in Symblock as uploaded 2 weeks mentioning another stream site. Now, let me see what else is on the news. Let me go ahead and look up something. Now, I guess I better go ahead and go. I've been going on for ranting for hours. Anyways, I gotta go, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye. There's a lot of stuff going on, and I'm gonna go ahead and leave it as it is. So take care. Bye-bye.